Hello, Aslam class. Thanks for joining me this morning. For those of you who came on to the live Teams class that we did today. First of all, we spoke about the maths, and I was really pleased to see that for those of you who were on Teams, none of you seem to have any problem with the maths lesson that we did yesterday. I do just want to go through it very, very quickly just to clear up if there are any misconceptions. One of the questions that I asked was when we multiply by a number by 11. So if we did 3 times 11, okay, what we were doing, we were partitioning the 11 into 10 and into 1. So we take the 11 and we partition it into 10, and then we partition it into 1. And then what we do, we multiply these two numbers by 3. Okay, that's what we're doing here. So 3 times 11. So we times this number by 3 and we get 30. And then we times this number by 3 and we get 3. Okay, so we then get 30 and then we have to add 3. And then that gives us our answer of 33. Just to clear up the misconception, there was one when we did that question. In fact, we did 3 times 10 first to give us 30, and then we had someone then doing 1 times 11 and then adding that to our answer, which of course would give us the incorrect answer of 41. So when you're timesing by 11 or by 12, remember we're partitioning the 12 or 11. So if we did 4 times 11, okay, we partition this into 110 and to 1. We then times each of these numbers by 4 in this case. Okay, so 4 times 10 is 40, and then 4 times 1 is equal to 44. Is equal to 4. And then we add the two together and we get 44. So 4 times 11 is 44. And it's the same if we were to multiply by 12. Let's do 4 again. 4 times 12. And we partition our 12 into 10. And then we've got 2 ones. And then we multiply each of these by 4. That's our question here. So 4 times 10 is equal to 40, and then 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Add these two values together and we get 48. So 4 times 12 is 48. I hope that clears any misconceptions up, and good luck with the today's math lesson. Okay, good morning, class. Am I recording? Yes, I am. There we are. Hello. This is your maths lesson on the 6th of January, Aslam class. So today we're going to be still doing multiplication, but we're not going to be focusing on any particular times table as such. We are going to be looking at multiplying not one and another number together, but actually 3 numbers. So we're looking at how we can multiply 3 different numbers together. Okay, sounds challenging, sounds tough. Trust me. It's relatively simple if you can just follow these steps. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you so we can see. Now, these are your arithmetic questions that you would have got in your flipped classroom. It's just the division facts for the 11 times table. So you can pause the video here. Again, time yourself to see how quickly you can do these questions in, and then write down your score, and then you try to beat that score the next time you do it. So pause the video and answer them questions. Okay, so like I said, today is all about being able to multiply 3 numbers together. And I know that does sound tricky and it does sound challenging, but believe you me, it's quite simple. So what you need to remember when you multiply 3 numbers together is this word called associative law. Have a little think about what you think that word might mean. You may want to pause the video. You may want to find that out for yourself. In class, you would have had to chat with your partners about this. I'm going to reveal what associative law means. So when adding, it doesn't matter how we group the numbers. For example, it doesn't matter what we calculate first. So in our picture here, we've got 6 blue dots, 3 orange, and 4 yellow. Okay, we've done 6 plus 3, and then we've done plus the 4, and that's given us the number of 13. If you go to the equal sign over here, you can see that we've added it differently now. We've done 6, add 3 plus 4. We're still going to get 13. So associative law means when adding, it doesn't matter what order we add in, it's always going to give us the same answer. This also applies when we're multiplying. So it doesn't matter which numbers we multiply, what order we multiply them in. So for example, if I was to do 6 times 3 times 4, okay, I could do 4 times 3 times 6, and I'll still get my answer exactly the same. And you can see here in this example here. So 2 times 4 times 3 is the same as saying 2 times 4 times 3. 2 times 4 is 8, times that by 3 gives us 24. Now, if we did 4 times 3, that is 12, and then times that by 2, we still get 24. So remember, when you're multiplying numbers, 3 numbers, or when you're adding numbers as well, because we're focusing on multiplying 3 numbers today, when you're multiplying 3 numbers, it does not matter what order you multiply them in. You'll always get the same answer, regardless of which order you multiply your answers. So on the screen here, you can see that there are 2 arrays. Our first array here, okay, shows 6 going across the top and 3 going down. So that shows us 6 times 3. Now, there are 2 of these arrays, so we can now multiply that by 2 as well. So it looks like that. 6 times 3, okay? And then we've got 2 of them, so we're timesing that by 2 as well. Sometimes we can put brackets around here just to help us understand that we're going to multiply these 2 first and then multiply this one. But we don't need to get too technical about that at the moment. So then we just do the calculation. 6 times 3 is equal to 18, and then 18 times 2 is equal to 36. We can flip that around. We could do 3 times 2, that gives us 6, and then we can do 6 times 6, which gives us 36. See how we've got the same answer. And it doesn't matter what numbers you multiply and what order. You're going to get the same answer each time. Here is another set of arrays. So in the yellow, if we have a look at the yellow arrays, just have a focus on one of them. The first one is 3 going across and 2 going down. So we've got 3 times 2. If you can see that here, if you follow my cursor, we've got 3 and then we've got 2 going down. So we've got 3 times 2. How many of these arrays have we got? We've got 4. So we can do 3 times 2 times 4. If we did 3 times 2, we get 6, and then 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Again, we may well decide to do 4 times 2 first. 4 times 2 is equal to 8, and then 8 times 3 is also equal to 24. We may want to change it around even more. We may decide to do 4 times 3 first, and 4 times 3 is equal to 12, and then we times it by the 2, and then we also get 24. So it doesn't matter which way you multiply these numbers. As long as you multiply them correctly, you're always going to get the same answer. If we have a look at the green arrays now, okay, let's try and get a bit technical here. It's hard because I don't have a whiteboard pen. Ah, very good. Well, my screen's all gone dark. I don't know if you can see me, but here we've got our three. We've got green arrays, and we've got 2 going across, and we've got 4 going down on one of them here. So we've got 2 going across, and then 4 going down. So we can write that down as 4 multiplied by 2. Okay, we've got 3 arrays, so we can times that by 3 as well. So 4 times 2 is 8, times that by 3 also gives us 24. And again, if you was to do it in any other order, you'd come with you'd get the same answer. Okay, so can you organize the digits in another way to do these calculations? Of course you can. Okay, what I would like you to do now is the following. I would like you to answer these 5 questions very quickly. So you can pause the video here. Just complete the calculations. You may not have counters or anything in your house, but if you've got like Lego bits or toys, you may want to use them as well. If not, you can use pictorial representation like the arrays. So for example, if you wanted to answer the first one in an array, you can do 2. That's what it would look like, 2 times 3, and then we've got 2 of them. Okay, and then we can do our calculation. Okay, so pause the video here and good luck. And this next question is a problem-solving question that, reasoning that we need to look at as well. The question says, Ellie is asked to work out the calculation 5 times 6 times 2. Which way do you think she should multiply the numbers? And have a think about why you think that. For me personally, I may have done 5 times 2 first because that's going to give me 10. And then I know my 10 times table is very easy. 10 times 6 is then going to give me 60. Okay. So that's one way of doing it. But again, you can pause the video and have a little think about that. Now, again, you may not be able to do this, so do this if you can with an adult, if it's possible, or a brother or sister. What you need to do is have a look at these. Don't have to work these out, but you can discuss or think about which ways you would work it out. In class, you would have been talking to each other and say, well, I think for question A, I would do 5 times 3. I'll do 5 times 6 first because that would give me 30, and then 30 times 3 is 90. So it would be easier for me to work it out that way. But that may not be the case for everyone. So have a little think, and because when you're multiplying by 3 numbers, sometimes it's easier to multiply numbers together that are going to give you like a round number that ends in 10 or ends in 5. It all depends on your own preference. And in today's independent work, so question 1, Tommy is making arrays using counters. Complete the multiplications in the boxes below. And in part B of question 1, use your answer to complete the multiplication. Question 2, you just need to complete their multiplications, okay, for the second challenge. The third challenge is there are some digit cards, 3, 5, and 6. Use these digit cards to create a multiplication and work out the answer. And then how many different multiplications can you create with them 3 digits? And then for those of you who really want to push further, Kim rolls a 6-sided die, 3 6-sided dice. The product of her numbers is 60. The product is when you multiply numbers together. So the product of her 3 numbers is equal to 60. What numbers could she have rolled? How many different ways can she make 60? And then at home, you give it a go. If you've got a dice, roll it 3 times and write down your numbers and multiply the numbers together. And like I say, I hope you do really well on this, and any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And we will be looking over this in our next live session. So good luck, and I'll stop the share. So good luck with these questions, and see you in the next video.